What up, fish peeps? Looks like Branton was the first one in. Good morning to you. Let me know if the AV's good. Well, today we're going to be doing something I haven't done in a while, and that is a show and tell. I'll be putting the invite link in the chat, and anyone who wants to come up can share their tanks. I know I've got a few guys that are ready and wanting to do that. We'll just make things simple. We'll make sure that we do one at a time. Anybody that wants to come up can come up, but you have to wait your turn type of thing. Because we have too many people talking at one time, it gets a little chaotic. At any rate, it's good to see everybody. Thank you, Bratton. So I finally got me a new office chair. I found it in the community on the side of the road. I sat in the chair on the side of the street. It was comfortable. It's a Sealy. It's got the Sealy cushions. It was just dirty. All the functions worked. I'm like, sweet. So I paid. My wife found a cheap person to come and clean it, give it a good deep cleaning, and then we let it dry. But I realized now why it was on the side of the road. It will not hold its height. So I figured there was something wrong, but it was free. Ugh. Now, this is the whole way up. This is why my other one, I didn't want my other one anymore because it didn't sit high enough. But as I'm sitting on it, it slowly drops, which sucks. Okay, Brent, that's fine. I have mine coming on at 7. Mine are all on. There's a couple reasons why I do that. So when I come out here in the morning, I can go ahead, they're on. I can go ahead and feed on my tanks, check on everything, feed on my fish, check on everything, make sure everything's working, and then I go ahead and leave for work. Hey, Jesse, thanks for waking me up. How are you doing? Hello to everyone in chat. Hey, Garcia, good to see you, buddy. I'm doing good. How are you? I love side of the road finds. My wife calls me a hobo because I'm always pulling things out of the trash. Yeah, I mean, so sometimes people throw perfectly good things away, and as you know, there's been several of those. I thought this chair was one. I'm not going to say this chair isn't because it's way more comfortable than the other one, um, but unfortunately, I just wish that was one of the biggest reasons why I needed a new chair because of the height. But it seems like when I lean back, maybe it's holding its height. I don't know. I'm first time using it. So again, I paid. Um, I looked around. Stanley Steamer wanted like $101 to come out here and just clean and deodorize this thing. Not that it really stunk in the first place, but it was pretty dirty. My wife looked around and found a guy to come do it for like 50 some dollars, and it's great. Super clean, smells good. And we got Garcia, member for 3 months. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. 55-gallon legend. Garcia, a wonderful member of the channel. Hey, Webbs, good to see you, buddy. Good morning. Webbs. We've been chatting a lot lately. He's going to be one that's going to be coming up and sharing his tanks. Morning, Cecil. Good. There's Tara. Hello. Good morning. I believe Webbs is a member now, and of course Tara's a member as well. One thing I'm noticing on Restream versus StreamYard is it doesn't show that little icon beside members' names. Wally Freshwater Aquatics, what's up? I'm doing well. How are you? So at Webbs, if you're ready, I'll go ahead and put the invite link in the chat, and you can be the first one to share your tank. Tank, sir. There it is. It'll bring you right in. Hey, Swiffle. Have you ever found money? I have. It's very rare, but I have. I love that. There's the link in the chat, Webs, and whoever else wants to come up and share their tanks and talk about them a little bit. And that's what we'll be doing this entire stream. We're just going to do a show and tell. Garcia found a nightstand and there was money in the drawer. Nice. Can't beat that. That's like Christmas. Christmas morning. This will be my first time having someone come up on restreams. Can't be too much different than StreamYard. So once Webs comes in, we'll see how that goes. Hey, oh, see that chair just dropped a little bit. Man, I need a good office chair. I like this one, and it was free. It keeps dropping every time I move. It's okay if you don't move. Unfortunately, nobody. Had a late day work. So I was unable to get that completed. But I'm going to check into that Monday, and I promise you, we're going to get her going. See, the trouble is the place I ship off at when I do giveaways and stuff, they don't open till 8. Well, I'm already past that on my way to work or at work already, so I have to do it when I'm coming home from work and hit them. So now that I got most of your information, we're going to see what happens. Don't think I can come on today. I'm on the golf course. Really? Okay. That's all right. We'll catch you another time. Let's just stream up. I appreciate you, Wes, but you don't have to do that, buddy. I appreciate you. You don't have to watch me and enjoy your game. Put a hose clamp on the stem. Oh, Brant, man, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Let me check into that because I need the full height all the time. So that's a good idea. I got some hose clamps too. Man, that's great. I'm gonna try that. Vice grips. Yeah, all us guys think the same. I would take it to work and have my buddy tack weld it, but the problem is that metal is so thin, a welder would just burn right through it. But I thought hose clamp, that's a good idea. I think I have a big enough hose clamp too. I might have to do that. That's great. Then I won't need to have to buy one. I got the chair for free. It's got Sealy cushions on it. It's super comfortable. And now it's super clean. I'm on the final stretch. Well, Tommy, I know that you were one that was last week interested in possibly coming up and sharing your tanks. This is a show and tell stream, so if you scroll up, hit that link. You're more than welcome to come in, or Garcia. Anybody's welcome to come up, show us tanks, and tell them us about them a little bit. Spawn of many electric blue ramps to a 29 growl tank. Very cool, Swiffle. Swiffle was slanging and banging and breeding real good. Gaining lots of knowledge on top of what he already knows. Go ahead and show and tell us about it and why you picked the size, the fish, and the filtration. That's a good idea, Garcia. Come up, show us the tanks, tell us all about it. Anybody's welcome to come up. Webbs is golfing. I think Webbs is probably golfing with snow on the golf course. He sent me some pictures of where he lives over in the UK, and it was snowing good. Oops. salient as the master of tiger barbs. Okay, that's good that you recognize that right off. I have green tiger barbs that are just over 2 years old and one by one starting to die. No signs of illness, water prayer. Welcome to the show, Wally. I've discussed this in past live streams and on videos. Um, and I will tell you that um, I had the same issue over the years. And my wife was actually the one to first bring it up. I have purchased regular tiger barbs, red tiger barbs, green emerald tiger barbs, glow tiger barbs, you name it. The colored ones always die off. They never survive. But the regular tiger barbs keep on going. Now, I do still have a couple of greens swimming around in here that are doing fine. But I have had the same issue every time I've purchased tiger barbs. The colored ones always die. That's just something they got. That's something that the breeders did to make them that color. That the longevity of the fish just isn't there anymore. So I will say, I can't say don't waste your money because it is nice to see some beautiful red tiger barbs and green tiger barbs zipping around in there. Two of them right here I'm looking at, but they are not going to last that long. So you have a choice there. Just get your regular ones, which I love. They're beautiful. I'm looking at them right now, orange and black, just a beautiful fish. One of my favorite. But those colored ones always die off. They always do. So the regular ones are going to give you a lot more longevity. But like I said, you might get lucky and get some colored ones that's got some good health. But something about whatever the breeders do to uh, fuse that color into their bodies, it just doesn't agree with them well. And just be careful with your tiger barbs how much you feed them. They are susceptible to bloat. You have to feed them at least every other day. Small, high grade quality food with high grade proteins that can be absorbed quickly and dispelled quickly because they are susceptible to bloat. Nope, it's just they just die, Wally. At the moment, I'm quietly watching while the peeps are asleep nearby. Okay, buddy. Uh, I wish I could. I'm getting ready to go to the radio show. Okay, cool. I found with tiger barbs that if you don't keep them in a big enough groups, they tend to single one. And exactly right, Brandon. And I have the more the better. I got mine in a 55-gallon aquarium. I actually want to get some more. Once I get this aquarium fixed, I'm going to be buying some more fish, and I am going to get some more tiger barbs. Um, and I got 13, 14, 15 in there. It spreads the aggression out because they are an aggressive fish, but if you know how to handle it, everybody gets along. If you add new, just like cichlids or mbunas, don't add one or two, add six. Break that line of sight up, and big schools, the bigger the better. Branton's 100% right on that. Systematically, is till there's one. Yes. Whoops. I see my turtle picture above your head. Yep, I was showing that the other stream, and I was turning it, and it goes from a sea turtle to dolphins, and the saltwater fish move around too with it. It's a cool picture. I like it. Hey, Laura, good to see you. I still can't see Tommy's chats. Huh, I can. That makes me curious. I wonder if he could come up on panel then. By the way, I have a question for you guys. Somebody bought one of what's tough. Somebody bought one of these mugs off me this week, and I'm not. I would like to know who it was. Anytime somebody buys my merch off my Teespring store, I have it linked to my Discord, and it pops up. It'll show the picture in the Discord chat and say somebody bought, for this example, a mug. So somebody bought one of these mugs, and I was wondering to know who it was. So, oh yeah, those colored ones never last, and the red ones seem to die faster than the green ones. I blocked him. That's why I can't see my chats. Ooh. Thank you for the info, Say. I thought I was doing something wrong. No, man. My water, less is best. I do my maintenance once a month. I will test if I feel I need to test. Your fish will tell you if there's something wrong with their water, whether they're gasping at the top of the surface, they're pacing up and down the glass. Um, and you, when a fish starts acting weird, it sticks out like a sore thumb. They're happy, they're healthy. I leave them alone. Um, my water's good, but those dang, they just die. Tommy blocked several peeps. I was looking at that mug this morning, but wasn't me. Oh, okay, Brenton. Yeah, somebody bought one. I'd like to know who it was. Yeah, Tommy, why Brenton get blocked? Jose here. Hey, Jose, good to see you, buddy. Uh-oh. You getting a sore throat today? That's no good. Um, I guess it is the season. More so for you. I mean, it's getting cold here. I think it was 30 degrees during the day yesterday or something like that, uh, which isn't nothing compared to up north. But knock on wood, I rarely get sick, and I like to keep it that way. Hey, Talisa. Good morning. Good to see you. Talisa, I'll put it back in here. It is a show and tell. Anybody's more than welcome to come up on panel, show us your tanks, and talk about them a little bit. We're listening for a bit. Completing Saturday water change. All right, buddy. Very cool. Oh, good news is I finally got my new Roku box in. I have it hooked up to the TV in here. So the next time I'm doing like a maintenance live stream or something like that, it'll be much easier to look at chat. As well, I have it up there because a lot of times when I'm doing maintenance or I'm trying to help somebody with watch time hours, I'll turn that TV on up there. It's linked to my YouTube account, and I will let, if you have play streams created, I'll let it run all day long. So keep that in mind. Anybody who needs some watch hours, which is all of us all the time, but anybody that wants to let me know if you need some more watch time hours and you do have a playlist that's created, I'll turn that on the TV and let it play all day. I block people that I don't like. If all you do is complain online like it's Facebook, I blocked you. Oh. Oh, my leg's itchy. Cool. That sounds good, Jose. She says, okay, you think I'm ready to come up? They all have, they have to bear with me. I've never done this before. Cool, Cecil. Yeah, it's not hard, man. Just tap the link and it brings you right in. I'll put you on the big screen. You can just walk around and show us all your tanks and talk about it. Garcia says, guys, use that like button to share the button. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I see Cecil. It looks like I have to maybe, it's my first time doing this through Restream. He's right here. What's this? Add to the stream. Hey, Cecil, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm trying to get the camera turned around.
Just turn it horizontally. Literally turn. There you go. Boom.
Okay, how's that?
That's perfect.
Okay, I'm going to show you my big tank right now. It's feeding time.
Okay.
And they love to eat.
Well, we got you on the big screen.
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah, that's clean. That water's clear.
This is some of my plants coming out.
Yeah, I remember we were going to start a challenge, and you put that picture in Discord, and that right there is some pothos.
And this is my 55.
That's beautiful, man. Your tanks look better than mine, Cecil.
And this is my 10 gallon. It's got one baby bristle nose in it. and a bunch of snails that I feed to my fish. And this
Okay.
37 sitting in the floor, that is the grow web tank for my gristle nose, which
Okay.
I will be putting some of them in a little while. They are right in there with their daddy now.
I see it, man.
And that's a little 5.5 gallon. I don't have anything in it yet.
How do you like that hooded built-in LED lights on that little tank?
These are not the on this little tank. They are not the built-in ones. I bought
Oh,
one that's got stoppers on it that goes to the that stops up to the top.
yeah. How do you see? I had a couple. I hate those because every time the lights are too bright and they cause a heck of a lot of algae for me.
Yeah, I can turn these down on this one, on this
Oh,
little. It's got a place there to turn them up and down and different
okay.
colors.
That big flat rock in there. Did you find that somewhere?
Yes, I found it outside.
That's very cool.
Just about everything I have in my tanks has come from outside. Now this piece right here I bought, and
What's that
this
big? You
piece,
got some big peace lilies up there.
yeah, but they haven't bloomed this year yet.
Okay, they're big though.
Let me see, I've got a light over top of them too.
Oh, I got that same. I got a grow light like that too, dude. I have that same grow light.
Yeah, it come. I bought that 10 gallon right there off of Marketplace, and it come with that.
That's
And so
cool.
I just took it and put it up over the peace lilies.
Did you see what Jose, the joy of fish keeping, said to you there?
No, I couldn't see it.
He said it's nice to see and attach a face to your name.
Yeah, and these are all my little baby red wag platies up in here. Let me drop a little food in there and see if you can see them. But
Boy, those are nice looking aquariums. They're clean and clear. They're beautiful. You did a good job.
well, I do change my water once a week, and I change 50% of it.
Okay.
And that's my big boy there.
I love, as everybody knows, the common pleckers are one of my favorite. I think they're cool.
I love them. And I did get rid of my ballow sharks. I had 5 of them, and I did take them to the pet store and got store credit for them. And I miss them, but my God, they were so freaky. They would, somebody walk in, they just tear the tank up. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get off and give somebody else a chance.
Well, I certainly appreciate you coming up, buddy. That was very cool.
Okay, y'all, come on up and show your tanks now.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, buddy. That was cool. That was a nice go around there. Man, he's got some pretty tanks. You can tell he does some cool work there. Tommy says he has a couple of hooded tanks as well, but that's just because I don't want to spend the money on a new lid and new light. Yeah, like the one that's 55 I got. Those hooded lights, uh, hood. Why am I having trouble? Those built-in LED lights on those plastic hoods. They're so bright and it's just on and off, and they were just causing so much algae. I got rid of them and put a night crew light on there. Tommy said plays like he's poor. Brent, I think, was being sarcastic. I can see his comments. I can't see his comments either. I think he's watching from a different platform. No, he's no, Tommy's on YouTube. He created another tank, and he's coming through YouTube. Uh, if you're talking about me, I was not being sarcastic. I blocked him. Oh, well, I don't know what happened there. Really nice looking aquariums you have. Yeah, they were crits. So, anybody else? The Webs, you said that you're back. If you want to come up, just scroll up. That link's not too far up there, and you can come in and show us what you got, man. Coming in from the UK. Hey, Tim. Good to see you, buddy. Tim, he's always usually enjoys coming up and sharing his tanks too. Well, I think we did like a 4-hour maintenance live stream together almost a month ago now. Yeah, links in the. I'm ready for you, Webbs, when you're ready, buddy. No, thank you, Cecil. Everybody loved your tanks. That was great. I like that, man. Your plants are killing it, man. Somebody's coming in. Oh, there he is.
Hello. Is the mic working?
Yeah, I hear you. Make sure turn your phone horizontally.
Like that.
There you go.
Right. How do I turn the camera?
I'm putting you on the big screen.
Hang on, it won't let me switch angle.
So if you think you have to hit settings and then go to camera,
Hang on.
and then it'll give you an option to use your front or back camera there.
Is that it?
There you go.
Yes, this is the
Hey, Jim.
200 gallon I've got. Well, in litres, it's around 700. I've just got some angels in there. I've got 2 breeding pairs. So these 2 plats are breeding pairs, and these are as well.
Okay.
I don't know what species are these ones, because these aren't the plats. I don't know what these ones are.
I call them zebra. That's a platinum. I call those zebras, but there's so many names. Ascara. They got red eyes.
Yeah, they got kind of like red eyes.
Yeah, I think they can be the zebras, or I can't remember the other name. There's so many different names for the same fish.
Yeah, they are nice. Then I've got my rams in here as well, because when my when my sealant went on my little tanks, because I had these in a 30 gallon, and the sealant went on the tanks, and I had to take them down.
There's them beautiful dwarf cichlids, Germans, right?
Yeah, it's electric blue ram. It's really nice there.
That's right, electric blue ram. That's right.
What's up? I'm on a stream. Oh yeah, cheers. Just put them in it. We did it. Stop just chucking in. God, I'm on.
Uh-oh, we lost him. Daniel, that's a big tank there, good sir. Uh-oh. He'll come back in if he can, I'm sure. Branton says he's turning his lights on. He can't wait no more. If you what I meant was we do one at a time. That's what we'll do. But anyone, you're more than welcome to join. I'll add you in. I'll just put the first one up on the big screen, and we'll wait. And then when they're done, we'll move to the next. So whenever you're ready, Branton, just let me know. Just come on in. Let's see what else we've got here. I enjoy show and tell. Oh, there he is. What's up?
What's up?
There you
Can
are.
You guys hear me?
I hear you.
All right.
Just turn your phone horizontally.
Yeah, how do we flip it on this?
Just turn it, literally, physically turn it horizontally. Your whole
No,
phone.
I get that, but how do we flip the...
So go to settings. And then you go to, then you got it. So let's put you on the big screen.
There we go.
I had those same tweezers, dude.
Yeah.
Fish
All right. So
Page is
this
in. Good morning, Mel.
so
Or
this
not
is
Mel.
this is weird. It's like
Yeah, Mel.
backwards.
You can I think you can change that too by mirroring. Go back into your
How do you?
settings, go into your camera settings, and
Okay.
then there should be a toggle that says to mirror.
I don't know. Oh, here we go.
Is that
Okay.
better?
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. All right. So right here, I got this little breeder box here. It's got a bunch of little bristlenose plecos in there growing out.
They eating a
Um.
cucumber?
Yeah. Zucchini, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
there's probably like over 150 little plecos in there.
Wow. It's very cool. I
Yeah.
love
There.
the diamond plate top, dude. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. So this stand I pulled out of the trash. It was like some old it was like a I, like a tractor mower deck. It came on this metal stand, and somebody had thrown it in the trash bin at work. So I pulled it out and thought it would make a perfect stand.
That looks great.
So yeah, so I painted it black, and then again that diamond plate was just a scrap piece of metal from the same bin, and I used it kind of as like a little top. So
I'd love to get enough diamond plate to like cover all my aquariums because I'm going for that industrial look, and I've always liked diamond plate,
uh-huh.
but it's
But
expensive to buy.
let's see if I can clean that off a little bit clearer. All right, so in here, this is going to be eventually where my L519 breeding group of plecos go. I
Okay,
just got I got a female guppy in there, kind of just, you know, keeping a keeping it occupied. There's like a little yellow shrimp colony in here. You can kind of see them there. She
that's
just
very
she
cool.
just spit out yeah she just spit out two babies. I don't know where they're at. They're
Hey,
swimming around in there somewhere.
so that dual sponge filter back there, is there?
Yeah.
How come you have them up like that instead of down?
Well, it's a 10-gallon tank. I don't know. Honestly, I just
Just
kind of,
were they
I,
touching the sand or something?
yeah, they would touch the sand, and I could flip them all the way up, but then I don't know. I just think I guess they're pulling more out of the water column if they're kind of, right in the middle like that. Was my thought.
Well, that's interesting. And I like when people do that and try different things just to see how does this make it work better. So that's why I was
Hmm.
curious.
Yeah, because now you don't have one end pressed against the glass. It's kind of got all the way around, kind of pulling from the water column.
We'll get you back up here, Webbs. Just hit the link and we'll bring you in after Branton's done. It's all
And
right.
then this is the Scyphia multipunctata tank. So there's a group of Scyphia in here. Four males, four females. I actually just recently got these from Ed at Ed's Exotic Aquatics.
Okay.
Um, so you can see that male right there kind of dancing.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling I'm going to be having some babies out of here pretty soon.
Oh boy. But
Yeah,
this is what you do. I can tell you know a lot about breeding.
yeah. In here I've got. It's probably going to be real hard to see. There's one right there. That little guy right there. So this is the Florida least killifish.
Okay.
There's a group of them in here. I got these actually from Curtis at Still Aquatics.
Okay.
So
I
there's
wish
like,
Shirley was in here because she loves killifish.
yeah, these guys are pretty cool. I guess they're the world's smallest live bearer.
Okay.
So these are
That's
live bearing fish.
right. I didn't know that about killies. I knew that about your platies and such.
Yeah, I don't think all killies are. I think these might be the only killifish there, that are live bearing.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So
And
you
in
got over
here,
here, you got some tannins rocking in this tank.
yeah, so this is the Episto tank. So they kind of like the, a little bit darker water. So I try and keep it a little bit darker. So there's the female. This is Pistogramma borellii.
Oh, I see him just chilling there.
Yep. There's a group of ember tetras in here as kind of dithers. The male, he kind of hides a lot. I just recently got these. I've had these guys for about maybe a week. So I haven't seen much breeding behavior out of them. But my goal is to try Epistogrammas typically like softer water. My water is pretty hard, but the Borellii variety in particular is pretty adaptable, and I'm just trying to see if I can get them to breed in hard water.
Okay. And how are you getting your tannins? Is that from driftwood, like Mapani driftwood, or you just add
Uh,
the?
yeah, it's that big piece of driftwood back there, and then I got giant catappa leaf in there.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. And so you try to
Um,
like experiment with things like that, and it just what helps you gain all your knowledge.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, there's no harm in trying stuff. I mean, as long as it's not, way outlandish. I mean, but yeah,
Yeah,
over
that
here I've got this would be my orange eye blue tiger shrimp tank. Um, there's one down there. So these are Cardinia species. The first, well, I guess if you count a mono shrimp, they're Cardinia, but this is the first time I've tried Cardinia species. These guys are supposed to be pretty adaptable to hard water. So I'm giving them a try. I don't try and alter my water. I try and just work with whatever works with my water. I find it to be a lot easier.
Yeah, I agree with that. Too many don't just leave it alone. Let them adapt. You're going to cause more problems trying to chase parameters than just leave it alone.
Yep. And then over here is my ocean blue Neocardinia tank. So these guys down here, they're nice, pretty blue. There's
Nano
about 20.
Aquarium. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. You probably get mad at
You're
me, but
you're good.
um, Nano Aquarium guys sent me some blue shrimp. All of them arrived alive. Now I felt bad because they did get hung up longer in the mail.
Uh-huh.
They're way longer, but they were all alive when I got them. They have all since died. I thought they were all dead, and I found I still had two more.
Okay.
But they're pretty. I like the blue shrimp.
Yeah, the blues are probably my some of my favorite colors.
I got a
Then over
crap ton of red cherry shrimp, man. They keep coming.
yeah. Then over here, probably not gonna. Oh, there's one. Yeah, there's the female hiding right there. So these are the green dragon plecos. So you get the female right there, and the male's usually down there hiding in that cave pretty much all
I,
the
I,
time.
I can't see it.
Right there.
Oh man, is that neat? I'm a big fan of
Yeah,
plecos.
yeah,
I
I love plecos.
Man, is that thing cool looking?
Yeah.
It now is his colors like that just because he's a little like stressed because you're there and he sees you, or does because you know how they can
Um.
change that.
Yeah. No, it's just the green dragon line is they're just kind of like that. It doesn't really translate well over the phone, but looking at it, it's got like a I don't know, it's a little bit different pattern, and where the black isn't, uh, it kind of looks brown on the camera, but it's actually green. So it's
That
really
is
neat.
cool.
It's just a different variant of the common bristlenose pleco to line bred to be more green.
Okay. One of my favorites is the gold nugget.
Okay, I've
You ever
never had
seen?
the gold nugget.
Man, are they pretty? The zebra's
Yeah.
pretty too, but
So this is that little this I was just I've had this little section of tanks up and running for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. This area is kind of all new for me. And then I can take you guys downstairs.
so
We'll
that
go look
that's
at.
your breed. That's your breeding rack.
Yeah, eventually I got like 15 more 10-gallon tanks that I'm gonna be setting up in that room.
We got Jose came in. I got it backstage. I added him to the stream, and we'll bring Jose up next, and he's going to show his tanks. How you doing, Jose?
Hey, good morning. Can
And
you
then
hear me?
here's a
Yeah, we can hear you.
All righty.
Man, I love those plant. Man, you did a good job with those aquariums, Bretton.
Yeah, so these are like three little nano aquariums kind of in a line here, going up the stairs. Um, so in here there's like a colony of coal shrimp, and then I've got a Stiphodon goby in here, a neon blue Stiphodon goby, and then a scarlet batis.
That
I
is
don't know
pretty.
if, yeah, there's the goby back there if you can see him.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yep. And then the scarlet batis is usually hidden until there he is back there. Until food goes into the tank. Yeah, you can't really see him. He's back there hiding. And this is the betta tank. This
Oh,
is
that's pretty.
rainbow. Yeah.
Is that a galaxy?
I believe it's called a candy koi
Okay.
is the variety that is. But yeah, he's really personable. Most bettas are. I mean, they're fun.
Yeah, I've had some betas over the years, and um, I got one left, and I don't know. He ain't looking too hot anymore.
Yeah. And over here, probably see there's the pea puffer. Um, he's living with a couple of guppies.
That's a cool looking guy. I love the how the guppies swim, shaking their butts.
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially when their back fins get that big. I mean, that's kind of all they can do, you know.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah,
And the puffer looks cool. The pea puff.
yeah, yeah. So the only drawback about the puffer is it's pretty much just only live food. Same with the scarlet batis. They're not big on eating prepared foods.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
white worms and brine shrimp. And this here is my little pond.
Oh, cool. But
Um,
so that's
so
just like a big pot.
yeah, so this plastic here is just to keep the bubbles from splashing the light. Um, but basically in here, I used to have this used to be my guppy pond. I had a ton of guppies in here. I mean, there was a point where I dropped food in and the water would just boil. There were so many guppies in here,
Yeah.
and I had to get rid of them. It was it was getting to be a little too much. So now there's like a ton of we can kind of see there's a bunch of wilds and different colored shrimp just living in here now. So there's no actual fish in here at the time being.
Okay.
Eventually, I think I want to get some white clouds and put them in here because this is all unheated. The only three tanks I have heaters in are that Epistogramma one, and then there's two tanks in the bedroom that I have heaters in because for whatever reason that room gets real cold.
Okay. Okay. And you don't, that's what I had. I heat the room now, as I've discussed many times, and it's pretty comfortable in here.
Yeah.
So,
So this is just a tub here.
so
And
what do you got going on there?
this has got rainbow shiners and trout gadeids.
Oh, cool.
Yep, so there's the trout gadeids, and then there's one of the rainbow shiners. The rainbow shiners are pretty young yet, so I haven't seen any color out of them. But both cold water fish, so they get along pretty good.
Everyone in chat's liking your tanks.
Yeah, and
No,
big
that's
old
good.
lotus. The snail's kind
Yeah.
of been munching on some of the older leaves, but
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
I
cool.
try and run a lot of plants in all my tanks.
Oh, that's important. That's great. Nothing but good benefits. And I love the lily pad type plants that the leaves
Yeah.
float to the surface like that.
All right. And here's another little tank. This is kind of the molly grow out tank. So there's a bunch of little black mollies in here. There's a big old Amano shrimp right there. A bunch of pygmy cories in here. A lot of green jade shrimp. So there's a bunch of green jade shrimp swimming around in here.
Okay.
Yeah, all kinds of mollies. They're little hogs.
Yeah, I had a couple black mollies and they get big. I like them.
Yeah. So now my group of L519s are in here, but they're pretty secretive. You don't really get to see them much.
I don't know all those L numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 519s, they kind of got this sweet honeycomb pattern. They're like like a lightish brown with like a black honeycomb pattern all over them. They're pretty neat.
Dude, that shrimp is massive.
Yeah, that's a big old Amano mama.
Wow,
Yeah,
he's big.
yeah. Yeah, there's a couple big ones in there.
Wow. I didn't know. Good Lord.
Oh yeah, there's another one right there.
So how many tanks
You
do you
kinda-
have?
Honestly, I don't. And
Oh, look at that
here's
gorgeous.
yeah. So here's a big 65 gallon. This has got some rainbows. This tank has just kind of a collection of all kinds of fish. So I've
Dude,
got quite a
what
few
is that?
rainbows in. Which one?
That big one right there to your left. What is that?
This one here?
Right there, yes.
That's a rainbow.
Dude,
Uh,
he's cool looking.
yeah. Yeah, so when he gets fired up on top of his like from his nose all the way back to his dorsal, he'll get like a blaze orange when he's all fired up. Same with this one here. You
He
can
looks
kind of
like a
see it.
dolphin.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some black skirt tetras in there. They've been in there forever. I got a couple Bosemannis, some pearl Danios. There's the
Right.
purple Harlequins, the regular Harlequins. There's one pork chop in there right there swimming around.
Yeah,
Um,
Rasborus, I see that.
yeah, all the black mollies. So it's, my colony of black mollies in here.
That is cool. I don't have no experience with the rainbow
Yeah,
fish.
there's my big male bristle nose right down there.
What kind of Cory cat was that?
That was either bronze or green Aeneas.
Bronze. I think it was bronze. I had a couple of
Yeah,
them bronze. They get big. I like them.
yeah, they do. And I got a couple of Julies in here. But yeah, there's one of the bronze there. There's actually a big Pictus cat that lives in that log. There's two Pictus cats in here. There's a couple hanging out up there.
Man, you got some really nice tanks.
Yeah, there's a little tiger lotus growing in there. Yeah, there's one of the green Aeneas.
Let me ask you this: so when you change the water and do maintenance, you don't gravel vac? I'm assuming you just pull water out.
Yeah, I don't gravel back any of my tanks.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I figured. That's part of the
Yep.
reason I got away from gravel tanks because I hated having to, take that python all through the gravel.
Mm-hmm.
But they do
But
have a
yeah,
really nice look.
I mean, up top here, I got, this begonia rex growing out of here. There's lucky bamboo. I got this big thing, whatever it is.
Yes, I can do that to Lisa, but to do it, I have to go through YouTube. Give me a minute.
Got this big old queen marble pothos, which is starting to take off.
No, you got some gorgeous tanks going on there.
Yeah. And then I got two more in the bedroom, and I'll be done.
Okay, then we'll bring up Jose after you.
Yeah. So this is the Bloody Mary shrimp tank. It's got a few endlers in here. So a tiger endler and a couple of what is it, the blue star endlers. They're kind of just in there for pest control. Um, but
Pretty
yeah,
tank.
yeah,
Oh, look at that beautiful yellow guppy there.
yeah. That's that tiger endler. He's really pretty.
Oh, that's not a guppy?
Well, endlers I think are guppies, but guppies aren't endlers. I think is how it
Okay.
works.
Man, that is beautiful coloration. I love those. So, Lisa, you should be a moderator now.
So yeah, there's a big colony. I just pulled a bunch of shrimp out of these two tanks to bring to the store. So it's looking kind of bare, but there used to be, I mean, hundreds of shrimp in here. And then this is the blue velvet shrimp tank. So I got a school of chili rasboras in here. Again, kind of just pest control. I like to run fish in my shrimp tanks just in case, something in there.
Yo, yeah, absolutely. Keep the system moving along.
Yeah.
Well, I
But
love
yeah.
every one of your tanks. You got lots of color. They look well put together. Really loving the plants.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate you coming up and showing us your tanks.
Yeah.
Cecil says he never gravel vacs either.
All right.
Now, anybody else that wants to be a moderator, just let me know. We'll add you. Well, what do you do? Just leave without saying bye? What's the matter with you, Brandon? You don't just leave without saying goodbye now. All right. Hey,
Hey,
Jose.
good morning, everybody. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Good morning, all. Whoever's on the chat now.
We're
Just
putting you on the big screen, pal.
yeah, thank you. This is my little fish keeper to the 8-year-old Bethany here.
Oh, look how pretty.
She's
You're cute.
he says you're cute. So this is and my wife most of the time when I'm working, they're the one who point out to this fish is sick, that's sick, and
Oh yeah.
and we have Coco. She wants to show Coco, our 8-month-old
Ah,
puppy. Anyway,
uh,
let's get to the fish whenever you're ready. Let me just change the camera around, okay?
yes, sir.
So essentially, my living room is I have some stuff here that is mess here that I'm just still doing tank maintenance, but this is my living room here, and this is my
Again,
fish.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yes,
Right
sir.
away, all I see is beautiful colors and beautiful tanks.
That's why I like fish. I like the colors. When I can, I choose males. Okay. So of course my pride and joy is my discus. Okay. So these are I probably have probably 25. This is a 120-gallon tank. It's obviously a planted tank. This tank has done very well. This was my after the pandemic. I got this tank. I got a 7-gallon tank for my daughter. Then I jumped to the 120. I have been without any fish tanks for a while. So these actually, all these, most of them here they're fairly large, 6, 7 inches. These are fry that were born here. That's one. He's probably about 3+ inches. This is another one. And that was mom. I mean, that's that, and that's mom there. But these
Oh,
guys are, and this is the larger of the four. I have four from that day, but they did a whole bunch of maybe over 200, but these were the ones that survived. And these guys are, and I have a very large group of cardinal tetras, probably 40 or 50 of them throughout. Harlequin as dither fish, and I like to keep the sturbice. And
okay.
there are some yo-yo loaches here. So they and a number of different plecos, but they're all hiding there. So I do love plecos. I think, like you said, you do. I have some fries also. I mean, well, they're no longer fry, but there goes the yo-yos. They love playing in the bubbles back there. I
Yeah.
don't somewhere back there anyway. So that's the 120 tank. I use one FX6 filter here, and I also have this Marine Land polishing filter there, which help with some of the degree. I had some issues with this tank before, as far as I had them with some rainbows and other fishes that were very fast feeders, and some of them lost weight. So I decided just to take everything else out and just leave the fish and leave the disc in here. Talking about gravel backing, I do of course gravel back here. Not of course, but I gravel back. I just move stuff around. Most of some of these Anubias, I can move most of them around, except this the crypt that is done very well and it's been split many times.
So
Uh-huh.
I'm going to interject here for a moment.
Sure.
I am currently reviewing a product that Higer sent me. And what I am finding so far is it does fantastic with gravel tanks like this. Once I get this video wrapped up, I'm going to tag you guys in it, you and Branton, because you have the perfect tanks for this thing. You
What is
may
the
want to
name of
think
the stuff?
about it. Is it's I
Oh,
can't
you don't have to say the name, but who makes it? Can you tell who makes it?
Higer.
Okay, all right. Don't know. So something that I'm not using now.
It's I like it. It has a lot of functions and
Hmm.
it does beautiful for these gravel tanks. So
Yeah,
I'm not so sure about it in the sand tanks. But
there's something. I'll show you the next tank, which is a sand tank. There is something that I am using also. There's something called Clarity, which is a different type of bacteria. And then there's something called, just give me a second, I'm just blanking on the name right now, but I'll get it for you in a second. By CKM, I like the products. Again, I don't care about mentioning products. I don't get endorsed by anyone. It's fine. I'm happy with that. But anyway, there's something that is supposed to help with the mulm and some of the other. It breaks down some of the other stuff. And I do add them, and these tanks they remain pretty pristine overall. And I just do
Okay.
water changes once a week. I sometimes when I can in the evening I come back, and on Fridays I do some, like the 120 I did last night, and today I did 3 other. So that's the discus tank for now.
I would
Yes.
love discus is a fish that I would love to keep in the future. I
Hmm.
think all the myths of them being so sensitive are a little over exaggerated. What's your thoughts on that?
I think 100% over exaggerated. I'll tell you why. These discus they come in. I go through the normal, uh, you know, how do you call it? Acclimating process. Half hour, whatever, floating, and then I just do kind of full up and drop most of the time. Now,
Hmm.
uh, the place where I get most of my discs here in New Jersey. I'm in New York, in the city, and most of the place that I go to, New Jersey, they use pretty much tap water, but they change water daily on their tank. They have like 429 tanks, and I think they change about 80%, which is what I do also. I do 80% right out of the tap. I just have a built into the hose a temperature gauge, which I can adjust, match the temperature, and I added the chlorinator. I use safe, because it's just more economical. And
Hmm.
I've never had an issue, 80%. And sometimes I've done 100% where I'm draining on one end and sucking on, and I'm pulling on another. And I use a one horsepower pump, which pulls out like in 6 minutes. It drains 80% of this 120. And
Okay.
but I do add the chlorinator when I decide to do 100%. Now, never an issue. Okay, there is one time that I can say that I had an issue during a change was that I started uprooting out of the plant. Of course, you get these pockets of ammonia, whatever waste it is, and I've lost like one small discus during the time and other fish. But we know that happens, but it's not because it was just not the discus. And the other thing about it is I went to the another place where I occasionally go when I'm searching for a specific color or pattern. There's another place in Queens, New York that I go to. I just kind of go in there, peek. If I don't see what I want, I just go out, right? Now I
Yeah.
ask them, what do you do when I've seen the shipment come in? They go through a very quick acclimating process. And I said, what water do you use? And they said, tap water. No difference. The other place, they store the water for about a day. They take it through peat moss, but again, it's nothing major that they do. And now this place, they do the same thing for the wilds, mind you. Forget about the hybrids that are probably used to tap water or to
Okay.
whatever the source water is. So I think I've done videos about that as far as the over exaggerated thing. Like you need RO water, you need this, you need that, and breeding. These guys here, I can tell you that if these guys are constantly breeding, something's had to be right. And I don't do anything special for any fish, right? Now,
Okay.
sometimes I have 2 or 3 pairs breeding at the same time, but I'm not interested too much on breeding. That my wife is the one say, "Oh, take them out. Let them have babies." I think more the maternal thing on her. Um, I've let them breed, and because just for the heck of it. But then now I'm looking, who do I give them to? Because I don't want to keep that much fish, and I don't
Hmm.
try to breed for that reason. That's why I also don't like life bearers, because what do I do with them?
Right.
Anyway, let me show you something else.
Well, Danielle Ingalls has a question for you on the screen.
Yes, go ahead. I cannot read it. Can you tell me
He
what it?
says, "What is the color profile on those Oscar discus called, Jose? The red frame by those black fins are gorgeous."
This one is called a reflexia. It's a reflexia. That's what they call it. Sometimes I notice that between one store and another store, they call the same fish a different name. This particular one, it's a alenker. It's a yellow alenker.
Okay.
And yes, some of the other ones. This one is it's a blue face Sanmera or Sanmera, depending on who pronounced it. This is also a Sanmera. So that was a pair that bred a whole bunch. This is big yellow one is a sunshine discus, they call it, something like that. And these guys, I recently got this. I use again for the color, one of
Yeah.
the neon
Angels.
angels. Yeah, and the pigeon. This one with the patterns back
Hmm.
there, and these bright blue ones. I mean,
So
Deep
that one
blue.
right there, that's right in
Which
front
one?
of me, the smaller ones down there. If you was to go to, what's the average
This one.
price? Because my local fish store wants like $150 for a fish that size of a discus.
For this one here, this little one.
Yeah, any of those down there.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, these guys are pretty big, and that the lemon one, he has to be at least 8 inches,
Okay.
from nose to tip. They're big. So that particular one was $300.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
this guy, yeah, this other guy, this one here, Reflection, was about 279. This guy here was, I think, 120 or 100, but that was at another store. And this one is significantly smaller than the other ones. It's hard on camera sometimes to see, but I can tell you that a fish this big at one of the other stores where I buy it, this is one of the fry. It's about 80 to $100. And these are,
Okay.
they're about a third of the size of the big ones. So discs are expensive. One of the things, and now, by the way, this one is out of the four, this was the smallest one, but he has grown quite a bit in the recent weeks. But they grow, they're a year old now, and this is another fry. They're a year old, and I can tell you they're very slow growing. So sometimes, I wanted to do a video on that. Why are they so expensive? I mean, right now, since I may have said before, I'm a nurse and I work 12 hours a day. I work at two different places. So 6 days a week, Saturdays I'm off. That's when I have to do my chores, or at nighttime late when I come in. My wife during the day, she feeds the discus and any fry 5, 6 times a day total. I feed them in the morning, I feed them at nighttime. She feeds them a few times during the day. And we feed live food just so there's pure protein and to get them to grow. But they're very slow growing. And from what I've heard, places in Asia, what they do with the discus is they feed them pretty much 24/7, so to increase the size and to bring them to market. So that's pretty much. I could understand the price of discus, but for me, I'm not a dude that is out there. I work a lot. I'm pretty much a family person, and I don't mind so much, and that's an excuse for me. Or I justify it. Listen, if I could spend every 6 weeks or so some money on a discus, and I don't go to places, I don't spend money. I don't, I'm not a bar person.
Right.
I enjoy it. This is the thing. You spend X amount of money, you enjoy it every day until they leave you. But anyway, so
Yeah.
that's. Let me show you another. These guys, I brought them in yesterday. Excuse me for the slightly cloudy water here, but I fed them recently. These three guys, I got them. These are big guys too. And now each of one of these was 179. And these
Wow.
I got them yesterday. And I was looking for one. I can't see the color to it, but this is pretty much a white base with the red lines. Again, different names depending where you go. And this other one here. And these are big guys. They all happen to be the same price. So I quarantine for 6 weeks. I don't take a chance.
That yellow one on the right, when you walked over and the way he looks, he's like,
It's huge.
yeah, you got something to say, bro?
Oh, listen, well, I kept looking at that guy, and he has such a thick head. It was like
Yeah.
he is kind of a mean looking one. But these three, they were in separate tanks. I put them together, and they always try to establish dominance. That big yellow one finished quarantine, and I put them in there and took them out of this 20-gallon. This is a quarantine tank. I put them over there. So all the other older, bigger guys that were there was a lot of quarrying for a while. Again, you're the new kid on the block. I have to show who's boss. These other
Yeah.
tanks here, now this particular rack here, I built the cabinet. I do a lot of cabinetry work as part of a hobby and previous work. I wanted to have tanks on top and bottom, and I found the pre-made metal frame on Amazon. And my wife said, why don't you just build the cabinet so that it's up at light level? And these guys are breeding. They have eggs. Like every few days, if they eat the eggs or they eat the fry. So I'm trying everything that I can or that it's known to. This guy is huge too. He's probably 7 to 8 inches.
Oh, so
And
pretty too.
they kept breeding, and I separated this couple out. And now this two others back here, they're kind of hiding. These two and this one back here, they lost a lot of weight. They were more submissive ones, and I've been feeding them like 5 times a day, primarily protein. So they gain a lot of weight. And one of the weird things about this is once they get so thin, because the immune system goes down. This is called a white smoky dragon. That's the name. Again, it's just they can put whatever name they like. these geophagus I'm treating for illness, and these are quarantining. These are all 10 gallons. These are 320 gallons, right? And
Mm-hmm.
here, excuse for the mess here, I added a pleco last night for the, uh, these are crebences that I got Jeff Pelham at from Garage Aquatics. Jeff Pelham, I
Yep.
got 2 females, 1 male, and within days they have eggs. They have fries back there. I don't know if you could see them, but they're on top of the filter. They're kind of laying higher now since there's a pleco in there. Actually,
Yeah.
there's some fries at the bottom too. So I excuse these haven't been cleaned yet. So,
That's all
and then
right.
this disturb a lot of the mess. This cacatoides, also the apistos. There were 6 of them that I also got at the auction. Okay, so the other tank. This is a 90-gallon tank. Now this is my
I
I call this is
love.
my plastic tank. Now this one has a long story. This tank, I have probably about 10 to 15 um, Buenos Aires tetra. These guys, if you've kept them, you know they love plants. I put plants in there, anubias. I tried everything, and they eat everything. I put a lettuce leaf over here, a large lettuce leaf on this clip. It took them probably a day to finish it, or a big one.
But I tell you,
And
you got a melting pot right there, buddy.
I do have, all my tanks are overstocked. So if anybody's thinking, yes, that's on purpose. I like it that way.
Yeah, no,
So
there's nothing wrong with that. But like
yeah,
you've got, looks like you've got a geophagus with,
uh, uh,
there's an electric cara in there
there's 3
mixed
of
with,
them.
yeah, and you got just all kinds of rainbows. Usually fish you don't see together, and I love it. I love all the
Yeah.
life.
This guy I wanted to keep for a while. That's an African spotted leaffish or leopard leaffish. Goes by different names, or I cannot pronounce the name because it's like it begins with CT, the genus name.
That's a
Genus.
tinfoil barb there, right?
No, no tinfoils here. No, no. This one here
Not
you're talking about?
tinfoil. Oh, not
That one?
tinfoil. Hold on. That right in front of you. Yeah, they look like piranhas. Are those?
Oh, no, 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 no. These here?
Yes.
Those are Buenos Aires tetras. They kind of look like piranha, same
I
family.
got you. Okay.
But they just love plants. And this tank I set it up with the white sand primarily because I wanted geophagus. So I have 4 of them here, the Sveni and the Wine Milleri. And I can tell you that between them, I put this little thing here with my logo, which I received yesterday with this neon sign. I plunked some money out on. I like it. It's it's in the living room, so it looks pretty.
Yeah. Somebody said they loved that sign earlier.
Mhm.
Who was that? Oh gosh. Somebody came in and said they loved that sign.
Yeah. So it was actually pretty nice. So it popped up on a Facebook page. There was another place. They actually one place wanted like $450, and they said, "We'll give you a 10% discount." I said that was like way too much. I found another place that again, another pop-up thing, and this one I actually paid 200. I said this is my Christmas gift to me. It was $274, and they gave you 6 of these things. They little stand, you can put them on a table. So I just said, let me put it in here. It looks kind of cute there, at least for now. And then the others, I'm just going to give them to family friends who are fans and are getting tanks on their own. So
Mm-hmm.
the story with this thing,
Hey,
I'm not.
hey.
Go ahead.
I collect fish fam stickers. My streaming area is now on my cart that I put all my stickers on. So you gonna send me one of them stickers?
One of these.
Yeah.
This is. I'm going to call actually. I'm going to call this company back and see if they can make some of these little plates. I have a friend in the Dominican. I'm not a friend, a nephew in the Dominican Republic. He said he wanted to make like the sign above with the neon sign. He wanted to make something like that for me, but I didn't have like a steady logo yet. So when we showed him this morning, he said, "That's what I wanted to do, something like that for you." So I'm gonna ask them either to make more of these because I'm sure people are gonna like them. It's on a little stand. It's just buried in the snow, but it stands there. But it's acrylic. It's acrylic. That's inside the tank, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I definitely will send you one. I I,
Yeah,
I
that'd be great.
ordered I ordered one of your cups. Do you know if it left yet?
What? I'm sorry. What
That I ordered one of your cups, one of your coffee mugs.
was that? You?
Yeah, yeah, Jose Polanco. Yeah.
I was it came so in my Discord I have it linked to my this channel. So anytime someone buys something, it comes up in my Discord chat, and I'm like, "Who bought one?" And I was saying earlier in the stream, I was wondering who. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. I'm a big coffee person, and certainly as I'm working, I always have a cup of coffee nearby. So, again, back to this tank, so I can move on to the next one unless somebody else a chance. So these are some mix of plastic and silk. Everything else is naturally uh, life plants. I wanted to hide the pre-filter back here, which is one of the big aquarium co-op filter. Again, all these big tanks, they're on FX6s. And I wanted to hide them with plastic plants. I had them on the other one, and my wife made me take them off. I said, no, it makes, with all the life plants, it makes the tank cheap. That's on the other tanks. But then with here, I think, just so I like the mix of colors. And out of all the tanks in this one, if I back up, this is kind of in the center of on that wall there on the living room. So
Wow,
it's
I
turned out
love
to
it.
be one of the visually looking better tanks, but it's all plastic and silk, but it's fine. It's I like fish for the visual more than anything. I mean, I enjoy keeping them.
That looks
This
great.
other tank here is a it's
Glowfish.
mostly barb tank. A lot of them are hiding in between there. But the interesting thing about barbs, I have a bunch. I don't know how many, maybe 34. I don't know. I can count them. Now, check this out. Another video that I did was like the fin nippers. But look at this guy here. Give me a second. Long fin um, glow tetra, right? I keep some of
Yep.
these for my daughter. It's been there for 3 years with them. No nip fins. And this guy is hiding now back there. There's a big angel back here. Um, I keep only one angel per tank because they always get beaten up by another one. Sooner or later, it happens. And I have to move on from the next tank that I'm going to show you because
How did
this
you
one,
get those?
uh,
Some of them tiger barbs are massive.
they get big. They're very chunky. Once they get, one of my cousins, my wife's cousin, had a tiger barb, and before I actually kept, I always liked the tiger barb. Like in early '80s, I had this little floating fake fish thing with a string, and I had one on the tank when I was like in my early teens. Actually, not in the '80s, in the '70s, I would say. And I always liked tiger barbs, but because of what they say about them, I
Hmm.
always afraid to keep them. Then I say, screw it. I got a large school of them. I think most of them are together there. And I don't, I can tell you that they are opportunistic. If they see there is a sick fish, they will get on them.
Hmm.
Like this guy here, right? He's
Yeah.
other than the angel, he's the biggest one. This red tail, um,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Now, one day he was just sitting at the bottom of the tank. I don't know what was going on with him, but he had all these little scuff circles, like they were biting on, they were picking on him. He wasn't moving. I took him out. I treated him for about a week or two, whatever I used, I forgot at the time. I put him back in, and that's over a year ago. But again, then when they sense that there's something wrong, they will certainly take advantage. One of their own, one time, this poor fish had half of the body where all the muscle of the fillet would be. All that was gone. It was eaten. It was just literally the bone, but he was still swimming, the poor thing. So I had to euthanize him. But again, that was a sick fish, and when I see something wrong, I take them out, I treat them, I put them back, and then they're fine. But I have not had an issue with fin nipping. As you can see, none of these guys have fin nip. The the angel that's back there, is he all right?
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, he's all right. He's moving, he's breathing. So
Yeah.
I just finished water change on them. But anyway, they again, and some people may have different issues or different things. Like with this, because I can never keep them; they'll die. Again, I've been lucky. Again, New York City water is pretty hard. pH is like 8, not 8, but 7.4, 7.6. And I don't do any changes. I don't change any parameters, just the chlorinator. Okay,
Yeah.
so
How big? Red Laser wants to know how old your red tail shark is.
boy, maybe more than 3 years. At least
Okay.
at least two. At least two. There's another one in the other tank, in the Geophagus tank, the 90-gallon. There's another one there, but I had to separate them because again, always the more dominant one always pushes the other around. So I separated them out to a different tank. And this guy, This tank, a very stable tank, and everything is thriving, doing nicely. So again, tiger barbs, discus, I think a lot of hypes, and you hear a lot of stuff. Now this big angel here, he's the one who was beating up on the other one. So
Oh,
I had to take him out, and I mean take him out meaning put him in the other tank. The the tail the tail fin, they were shredded. So I put him on the other one. It was not done by the tiger. It was done by this guy. And this is a 60-gallon cube. Is at my kitchen entrance here. Um, Again, sanded tank. The sanded tank has been on for over a year, and I can tell you, I never have to grab a bag or anything because the filter and the geophagus. There's two geophagus here. Well, one, the other one is being treated. And again,
okay.
this is a nice 60-gallon tank. Again, overstock. And here I have mostly small barb, Odessa barbs. These are the Colombian red blue tetras. Old male cherry barbs again for the color. I like them. I pick them mostly for the color. And
Hmm.
Gordy, these black um, Venezuelan tetras. I always keep telling him on chats that he made me do it. He pushed me. He put a short video on them, but I've always wanted to get them. But for the price, I held back. I got 6 of them from Aquahuna. They were like at $20 each, which was not bad, and they came out a pretty good big size already, almost adult size. So they're very active. They don't hide, and they're very very happy with them. Very happy with them.
Well, all your aquariums have lots of life and different big community tanks, and I love community tanks.
Yeah, that's what I like smaller fish. My biggest fish are the discus again, but I pick them for
What's
the
your
color. I
favorite
don't
fish?
definitely discus, and then down to the I really like the acaras now. They're really beautiful, but
Hmm.
probably fourth in line. But I like the rams, old variety. I have a few of them, but I don't. Most people I hear they have difficulty keeping them. I don't think I've kept any over a year. I don't know if that's they seem to be super sensitive or whatever goes on with them. But I like other varieties of rams.
Yes, very pretty. Webbs has some nice ones too, and maybe I don't know if he's coming back up, but he's got some of those too.
Who is this? Who do you say? Who has
Webbs
them?
Aquatics. He was in here and he started to come up, but then his internet dropped out.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, so basically those my tanks. There's like have a very nice. It has to be at least 60, 75 gallon. It's a corner tank with the front with the rounded front. Somebody gave me that. One of the my coworkers, one of the other nurses gave me one. I have it in a storage facility. I'm dying to get it in here, but of course I have to negotiate with the boss.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. She's pressed says no, no more.
Yeah, and
Your
she
tanks are
even
beautiful.
thank you, thank you. She likes the fish. She really does enjoy them. And
Hmm.
sometimes, oh, you should get that one, or you should get this, or and put this here. And this the one that I rescape with plastic plants. She says, "Listen, why don't you do this with this here?" And she always has a great idea. I mean, she has certainly a different eye for some of these things.
Well, women are great decorators. Seems like
Oh, yeah.
naturally. So you
Oh,
think
yeah,
that they would
yeah.
just be like monsters in
Mhm.
aquascaping.
Yeah, and a lot of the time she says, "Listen, anything can be content. Just whenever you're doing something, just put the camera on a tripod, and you can get some videos out of there and multiple, get some shorts." And she's actually, I got the YouTube channel because of her, because she said, "You've been keeping fish all your life, you know a
Hmm.
lot. Just share the information." And I said, and then my 16-year-old was the one who actually got me to. He did the channel for me. He set it up and edited my first video, but then I had to learn really quickly because I want to edit them my way, and
Yeah. Yep.
whatever thing I wanted to do. But
Make
it's
sure
it's
you go
been
back through the chat and read what a lot of people said. A lot of stuff about your tanks. So.
okay. Good. That'll be cool. Oh, I got a Jose dollar sign on my name. That was supposed to be another parenthesis. So
Oh,
that dollar sign means nothing. I apologize for that.
no,
I'm
that's
just looking at it
okay.
on screen. Yeah. No,
I
that
thought it
was
was a neat touch.
yeah. No. 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 Maybe the dollars I spent yesterday on the discus.
Yeah, Jose Dollar. You must just put discus, and we'll all know what that means.
Yeah, yeah. I should have. And yeah, I was one of the fish that I had that said was mostly a back white ground with the red lines. I have been looking at that one, and I asked the owner of Discus Madness. That's where I go in New Jersey. I just go across the bridge from New York, and I show him a picture. I said, "Hey, oh, we have those. It's different. They just call them different name in different places, same fish, but it's essentially the same pattern." So I just, instead of making another trip, usually, I just said, let me just take it today. So it was not going to make me richer or poorer. So, and at least I
Very cool.
quarantine them together. But this
Yeah.
this tank is at a limit already. So I'm not going to put any more discs in there.
Well, I certainly appreciate you coming up and sharing those, and you were patient waiting. So,
Yeah.
and what a treat it was.
Thank you for having me. I look forward to receiving the mug. Oh, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna check on that thing. I will definitely, when I have it, I will definitely send you one of those little stands, and they're pretty. I said, let me put them in the tank there because it kind of makes it nice. Like some people, like I think Empire, is it Empire? The place that has a lot of cichlids in Florida. I forgot the
Mhm.
name. Empire, I think it's Empire something. I blank for names, but they have on every tank at the back. It has their name, and I said, let me put that in there. It looks kind of nice for now. I don't know how it'll hold up on water because it looks like it's a decal stuck to the acrylic. But once I
Well,
have it, I'll send you a message and I'll mail it out to you.
that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. I moved all my Fish Fam stickers that I've got and different stickers on this cart. But I was thinking about, I have a thin piece of plywood I could paint, and I'm putting it back here and putting all
Hmm.
the Fish Fam stickers across here.
Yeah, that's a nice thing.
So
Yeah, I have yeah, probably stickers. My wife also said, why don't you get some stickers, Mason, and give them to friends? So that's something I may want to do. So
I gotta find a place to do the same thing. This sticker of mine behind me I made on the Teespring store, and it's just
hmm
way too expensive. They want too much money on there for a dang sticker, so I gotta
yeah.
find a place to get some made myself.
Oh, by the way, I was talking earlier. I think my mind just wander. We're talking about the sign. Joe Tag Aquatics, right? A Price Tag Aquatics, Joe. I had shown him, send him a picture of the first people that was going to make this neon sign, and they wanted like 450. I said that's a little steep, right? And then for this one, they gave me 40% off and whatever. So with the five little stands that you say you wanted one of those, they charge I think it was 274, no shipping, but with tax and everything. And I say, this is going to be my Christmas gift, so what the heck.
Yeah,
And I like it. It looks, it's a touch to the living room. It's a decorated piece, and why not? What the heck?
yeah, looks good. I like it.
Yeah,
I wanted
thank
one of
you.
them neon signs, but like you say, like Ben Ochart has one. I was like, man, they're so expensive.
Yeah, and it was this one was 274 with the thing, and they really did a nice job. They took the logo. It's exactly like the fish that I have on my logo, and it's nice. It's nice, and it actually does a lot of. I just have it on a fix on the bright mode, but it goes dim, and it has all the different patterns of flashing. I said, oh, that'll be Christmas lighting. But anyway, I don't not too much into the constant flashing. I think can maybe trigger seizures or something.
Yeah,
But it's good. Well, Jesse, I'm going to let somebody else a chance, and I don't know how much longer you're going to hang on, but I'm going to go back and read the comments. Thank you so much
very.
for having me on. Okay, we'll
No,
be in touch. Okay,
appreciate you, buddy. Thank you.
thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. The link is in the chat. Anybody else want to come up? I see Shirley came back in. Good to see you. Um, anybody's more than welcome to tap that link, come up, and share their tanks. Tara says I had to hang some Christmas lights outside on a tree. Well, yeah, we usually decorate right after Thanksgiving. We got some new lights this year, something a little bit different. I had to get some new ones. The ones I've been using for years were done. I had to get some new ones. So we're gonna be decorating. We always wait to the right day after Thanksgiving. And Tara asked earlier for when we put Christmas lights in my fish room. I kind of already have. I got LED lights going all around. I got some under my computer, under some of the stands that illuminate the stands underneath the tanks, which I can change the colors on. So I could easily go red and green and blue to any of this stuff. And Slim Tim is measuring for lights today after he pressure washes. I think everybody's starting to get in that mood where we're going to be starting to put some Christmas music on and decorating. My favorite time of the year. Thank you, Jose. That was really nice. All right, fish peeps. I'll go to the 2 hour mark. We have, what, 40 some minutes left. I need some people to come up and share their tanks. So come on, who's it going to be? Webbs, you ready? Yep. Just scroll up, buddy. I just put the link back in the chat. Come on up. I know you were one of the original ones that wanted to do it, so let's come up. Come up, show us your tanks, buddy. Engel said he was going to do it at a later date. We'll do some more of these. I always enjoy these streams. I didn't put my Christmas tree up, and I probably. Shirley, do you have room for a Christmas tree with all them tanks? Here we go. All right, buddy.
Which way do I need to do it? This way, yeah?
There you go.
Yeah, my internet kept playing up, and I'm having my bedroom done up. That's why my parents came in, because they're fitting a new light bar in my bedroom. So I had to leave. But yeah, so these are my angels. So I picked these up from my local store in the UK, so the local Maidenhead. Jesse, do you have one of these black angel fish?
I got 2 of them.
How big do they grow? Do they get quite big?
They're 2 of my biggest angels I have.
This one's only a small bit. How quick will he grow? Because he's about the size of a 50p, if not bigger.
If I remember right, they grew pretty fast, buddy. And like I say, they're the 2 of the biggest angels I have in that 125 over there.
Oh, really?
So he should get pretty big for you pretty quickly.
Yeah, these ones here, the zebra ones got really big really quickly. So yeah, and I've also got these new cories I picked up off my friend the other day. They're really nice. We've actually started getting a few more cories. I have an albino one. Is it normal for the albino ones to move really, really slowly?
In my experience with albino anything, they seem to be a weaker fish that have issues more than anything.
Yeah.
They can't see good. They don't live long. I don't know. Albinos are cool, but I try to stay away from them.
Yeah, this guy's my favorite. This one. It's the Roseline shark, but it's the albino one. Really, really nice. Have you ever had the Roseline barbs?
Yes, I think I have 2 of them.
All right, how big? They grow quite big, don't they?
How big are those ones?
No,
I don't have Roseline barbs. I'm sorry.
No, the torpedoes. These are torpedoes, but they're just Roseline. In the UK, we call them Roseline barbs. They're like torpedo. I think in the US they call them like torpedo barbs. I think.
Yeah.
These guys are pushing quite big now. Did you want to see my clown roaches?
I want to see everything.
All right, I've only got 2 tanks running at the moment because my other ones were leaking. But this is the clown tank at the moment. Hang on.
Now, that background you got there, is that a sticky thing or what is that?
No, this is just my wallpaper. But I'm having my room renovated at the moment. So I have to take 2 tanks down. That's just my wallpaper. But we're gonna have to move this tank forward.
Dude, it looks cool that way though.
It looks all right. A lot of my friends like it. Jimmy, my friend, you know the one who has the Datanoid and the golden arowanas.
Yes.
He has that as well. He has the exact same background as me.
That is cool.
Can I not move it like that? There you go. Is that all right if I have it like that? Or is that?
Yeah. Well, we're upside down.
Is that better?
That's better.
Yeah. So I don't know how many clowns I've got. I think I've got about 6. But eventually, I kind of want to move them into a bigger tank.
If you can turn your camera horizontally, it's always better because that puts you on full screen.
Yeah.
If you can, that's much better.
It's a bit confusing because I have to move left and I have to move right. But yeah, so these are my clowns. I've had them for.
Okay, now you say your camera's backwards to what you're seeing, right?
Yeah, so it's backwards.
Go,
so if I move
go
to
to
left,
go to settings.
Yeah.
And then go to camera. and then you should see a switch you can toggle that says mirror my image.
Hang on.
As soon as you click that, it'll be
What,
correct.
video, or it only says video, audio.
You should
Or,
there should be something there that says mirror your image. There you go.
that's beautiful.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah, so I picked these guys up a few weeks ago, but what do you think of the background? Do you like it?
I do. I like the way that looks.
But hopefully, in a few months' time, I'm going to move them into my 200 gallon. But I'm just trying to get them used to the temperature, because normally I would keep them about 28, but they catch white spot in cooler conditions. That's what me and my friend have found. My
Yep.
friend
Well,
keeps,
yeah, and you're right, because I had the same issue with my Oscars until I turned my heat on. They were starting to get it, and then as soon as I jacked the heat up, put some salt in there, it went away.
yeah, because I think they're cold-blooded. If they're like more warmer, they're less susceptible to catching it.
Yep.
But in the aquatic centre the other day, we had a massive white spot outbreak, huge. Lost loads of fish. Yeah, in the long term, I want to get these guys into my 200 gallon, because they'll be pretty cool in there. But they just need to grow out a little bit more. But they're growing really quickly, considering they're really slow-growing fish. They're growing really, really fast.
Yeah. They look
Yeah.
great. I love them.
They're nice fish, but they're just quite hard to keep. I think people think they're easy when they're not. They're actually really hard. Like if you do a water change and you say do a 20% water change, and the temperature when you're putting the water back in is 2 degrees lower, they'll just catch it straight away. So they can't tolerate huge temperature changes. They like it to be nice and stable. So at the moment, I literally have it running about 30.5 in there, just because they just won't catch it at all.
You're getting some new subs. You got a lot of people loving what you got. And Danielle Ingalls would like to know if those are juvenile clown loaches.
They're not. They're quite. I think these are about 7-8 months old. But I've got a really big one in here. The best thing to do is feed them on like a really, really high protein diet. So you kind of want to feed them on bloodworms, brine shrimp, and that kind of thing, like really fatty foods. But yeah, the gash that was on it on one of their heads the other day.
I do.
It's gone now. I'll show you the treatment that you can use on it. It's actually really good stuff. Hang on. Hang on. Where have I put it? Yeah, this is it.
See, now Shirley says her albino cories are probably the hardiest and most prolific fish she has.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, mine aren't hardy at all. I think I've only got about 2 left in there now, but they're really slow moving. If I put food out, they'll go for it. But if I don't, they'll just stay in their corner. I think they're down here somewhere. They seem to hide down here quite a lot.
I have nothing. I have no luck with albino anything.
Yeah, they are. I don't know what it is. I mean, the retailer that we get them from, every time in store, they're not active at all. They'll just sit behind driftwood and bogwood all day. They're not. I would get some more, but it's just a bit of a risk if they start, dying on me. Because in store, when we get them in store, sometimes we'll get them in, we'll quarantine them, and then when people buy them, they say a few days later they've died, and we ask for a water sample and their water's perfect, so they might not be able to tolerate huge change. But yeah, I do like them. But I think at the moment I just love my clown loaches. My favourite fish in the hobby. So
yeah, so they're your favorite, the loaches?
Yeah, by far. And
Yeah.
I've had them before and I've had no success with them. But Aquarium Co-op, Corey, I'd never watched him before. I'd never heard of him until Jimmy told me about him and to watch like the Clown Loach Care Guide. And everything he said was completely right. If you really keep the tank hot, they're really hardy.
Yeah, Corey knows his stuff. He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, a good thing with clown loaches as well is keep the water like literally immaculate. Like you got to keep it tip top. But yeah, that fry that I sent you a video of the other day. Can you see it here? Can you just see it like darting around?
Yes, I do.
We don't know what it is. We don't, no one knows what it is. It's really weird.
It looks like a wiggle butt.
because I asked.
A baby fish is what it looks like.
Wait, I don't think it'd be the clowns because the clowns are really hard to breed, and I wouldn't have transferred it over from the other tanks. So I have all separate nets.
I'm surprised them loaches haven't eaten it.
They're pretty chilled out, these ones. To be fair, I had a snail problem. I just put all the snails in here and they were gone by the morning.
Oh yeah, they'll do that for sure.
They go crazy for snails. I put about 15 in and then they were all gone in the morning. But yeah, how long would you say it takes to cycle a sponge filter through, like properly, like to get it?
Couple of weeks.
Yeah, because this one I put it on brand new, and it's already. I think it's already done it.
All that good brown stuff. A couple of weeks. I mean, and then of course the longer the better.
Yeah, I've got 2 filters on this tank. I've just got an internal power head on there. I've got a 300-litre one. Then I've just got another Fluval U2. But the Fluval U2 can be really unreliable. Like the impeller gets caught on it all the time.
You know, I'm finding that same problem with that Higer internal power filter 4-in-1. I did a video on.
What, the UV?
Yep, it just I come out here one morning and it was just stopped, and so I got to pull it out. It's hand in hand with hanging the backs. The impellers are always getting stuck and dirty and hung. I like my canisters.
Yeah, I do as well. I'm thinking of investing into an OSE one. Do you have OSE in the US?
Do I have what? What is it?
OSE. Do you have
What's
it in
that?
the US? It's like just like a pond. You can use it for like ponds and stuff. They're like built pond filters, but you can also use them on tropical tanks as well. Oase.
What is it that you're asking? I didn't hear what you were asking if we had.
Oh, do you have them like the Oase like filters? Because I could send one over to you. So I've got loads here.
That feel. Oh, that's why you're breaking up and freezing a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
They are quite good. The good filters, though, Oase ones. I could send one over to you because do they have them in the US?
That I'm not sure of.
Okay. Yeah, the clowns are doing well. Is it normal?
Are you talking about that filter you were showing?
Huh?
Are you talking about that filter you were just showing up top there? That one?
What, this one?
Yeah, is that the one you're talking about?
No, I was talking about the Oase ones.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Never heard of that.
No, I can send you one over if you want. They are really nice. But yeah, I'm just going to show you my big tank now again. Have you ever kept these, the diamond tetras?
I've seen them. That is one fish I've never kept.
No, they are really nice. I really like them. I got them off my friend Kyle.
Laura said maybe the fry went in with the snails.
Yeah, it might have. What other stuff? Oh, yeah. Have you seen my big plaque? I don't know if he's bigger than yours.
Oh, well, did you ever put a tape measure in front of him?
I think he's about 1.2 foot, I think.
What is that in inches?
What's 12 inches to 12 inches 1 foot?
Yes, I've got one that's 12 inches and one that's a little bigger than 12 inches.
Yeah, so
he looks just like mine, dude. I love them.
Yeah, I've been feeding them on these recently.
Oh, Oase filters. Is that how you say that? Oase? Oase? Yes, I have heard of those. I'm sorry. We do have them. Branton loves them. He said he runs a lot of their products, and he likes their filters and heaters. They do a good job.
Yeah, the heaters, some of them are actually in the filters. So you don't actually have to put them in the tanks. They're really, really good.
Don't they make kind of like a very expensive canister filter?
Yeah, so you're in the UK, you're looking at a minimum of £300 just for their base model. So for like a 50-gallon tank, you're looking at around £200 to £300 on what spec you want to buy. So the highest spec ones about £300, which is about equivalent to about nearly $350, which you could probably get an FX6 for $300, I'd imagine, brand
Yep.
new.
Yeah,
So,
brand new FX6 is like 350 in that area.
yeah, but there's so much in the market now. You can really get anything, to be honest. I mean, you could literally run some sponge filters on this tank with all these fish if it was properly cycled, and it would be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's loads of different benefits you can do with fish keeping now. So how much would it be in dollars if you went to the store and you asked an angelfish? How much are you looking at for 4 angelfish?
I find that PetSmarts, Petco's, Pet Supermarket, wherever you go, unless I go to my local fish store, they always want a little bit more. But I'm finding you can get these fish anywhere from, depending on size, obviously, and coloration, anywhere from $13, $14 to $16. There are some fish that are 20 some dollars. My local
Yeah.
fish store wants $150 for a small discus. You know.
As your fish pricing, like all the shop prices, have they gone up with like inflation?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so
Everything has gone up.
Have tripled. So like for
It's
sand,
ridiculous.
just for like a 2 kg bag of sand is like 10 quid now, which is
You see,
ridiculous.
I refuse to buy sand from a pet store. I get Black Diamond sandblasting sand, or I get pool filter sand.
Really?
Yep, it's much cheaper and it's just fine to use.
It's way cheap.
Yeah, dude, you can get
way
a 50-pound bag of sand for like $12, $13. You can reverse those values to go to the pet store and buy sand.
Yeah, it's crazy money. I mean, for us, for just the Seachem Safe, for like just a little tub of it, it's around like £14, which isn't too bad. But the safe always, I'd always go with the safe over with the Prime, because the safe will always last me longer, and the value of money's just there. But did you watch the bacteria ball review I did last week?
And
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start switching over to Safe from Prime.
Safe's way better. It when you first get it will stink your fish room out. Believe me, the smell is really, really bad, but it goes off after a while. But it's really good stuff and value. I'll go and get the tub now.
Oh yeah.
So I've got quite a big tub.
Hey, Webbs.
Yeah.
I have to go take a pee real quick. Can you take over the show?
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I'll be right back, buddy. Just show us around.
All right, mate. Yeah, so this is the Seachem Safe. So in the UK, it's normally about £14 for a big tub like that. But with the price of living and everything's gone up in the UK, fish related. So for 3 clown noaches, you're normally looking about £40. I don't know what that is in dollars. But yeah, the fish keeping industry in the UK is going up, which is always good. I'll just show you my other tank. Actually, I'll show you the bacteria balls that I bought. I don't know where they are. I must have put them somewhere. Hang on. There you go. So these are the bacteria balls. I don't know if any of you guys have used them. I don't know if they sell them in the US. They probably sell them on Amazon. I did the review on my YouTube. They're called aquarium cyst bacteria balls. So the Pure Aquarium do the same ones, but these you get more. So you get around 200 balls for around £9, which is equivalent to about $11. Which is really good. They aren't as powerful as Pure Aquarium. They're a lot smaller. I'll just open it. I'll try and open it. They're a lot more smaller. I'll get one out. I'll just show you. So a lot more smaller, as you can see. But they do the job. Normally, if you double dose it, they're really, really good. But yeah, these are my angels. They're definitely putting on some size. I picked these two up for about £30, which is a fairly good price. Where is Jesse gone? I can't actually see the comments on here. So if you guys are commenting anything, I can't actually see it, unfortunately. If I had a computer, which I do, I can look at the comments. So Jesse will probably read them out when he gets back.
I'm back.
Yeah, I was just
Shirley
showing
says she
the
loves safe. It's a
aquarium.
lifesaver. I saw your video on those balls, and a lot of people were saying you did a good job putting that video together because it was short, sweet, simple, to the point, and a lot of people appreciate that.
Yeah, a lot of people. That's my first video, and I got like 300 views on it, which probably isn't a lot to you because obviously you have a lot of subscribers and you get a lot of views on your video. But for me, it was quite good.
No, man, actually, it's good for everybody. Like, I don't get a lot of views as people think. I get some. I mean, but I get anywhere from 300 to 150. It just depends. There's so many variables. I can get thousands of views or hundreds at any given day with any given video.
Yeah, there's a guy who I know in Liverpool, Adam. I used to do a bit of streaming with Adam on my old channel, and he does quite well. He gets quite a lot of views on his. He does like shock tours, I think, and other stuff. But I don't really like to do shock tours because everyone does it, and I want to do something a little bit different. But yeah, other than that, it's going pretty well. How long did it take you to like build your channel up then to get it like?
Well, I grew organically for the first year. It took me a good year to hit my 1,000 subscribers. After that, I promoted a few shorts that I felt was added value to the fish keeping hobby. I did a DIY plant holder and an awesome quick way to take the aquarium co-op testing strips and cut them in half to double your money. Patty's Aquatics told me about that, but they would use scissors. Well, if I talked about using a rotary cutter that you would use for like fabric. So now you got 200 strips. Now instead of 200 strips, you got 400 strips, and you can cut them faster. Those two shorts took off, and that's what got me where I am right now.
Yeah, I think the best short I did got 7.1 kVs. It's the best one I've done already, and it was on my blue rams. Yeah, they are nice fish, the blue rams. I do really like them. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty tanks. You get beautiful tanks.
It's all right. It's not bad. Hopefully, I'm going to set up a new tank in the next coming days if my mum lets me, because the electric bill here is just crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you.
I'm going to hopefully set up I think it's a 10 gallon. Don't know what that is. I think it's about 60 litres. Just another thing. Do you ever use these, and do you think they're accurate or not?
Yeah, I've used those in the past, and they do a good job, and I love it because it's always right there visually, and I like anything like that that makes things more efficient, and those things definitely make things a lot more efficient. No testing, and for the time I had it, it seemed to be pretty accurate. I tested them side by side with the API Master Test Kit, but I like them.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good. Would you say that the test kits, like the liquid ones, are more accurate than the strips?
So I said the same thing. I was on over at Dan Everyday Fish Keeping Lab, and I said I always liked the API Master Test Kit, but I love Aquarium Co-op's test strips because you can test more tanks a lot faster. And I did a video on them, and they are very close to each other, very accurate. But what Dan was telling me was that's relative, because all your test strips are going to work and let you know where your tanks are. It's just because each one's different, they're going to show a different number. So basically what he was saying was pick a test kit you like and stick with it, and that's what your water is going to be. But if you try to compare it to another one, it's going to be a little bit different because nothing's the same. You know what I mean? But they're still accurately testing your water. It's just going to show you some different numbers. But if you stick to the same one, that's how you learn and understand where your tanks are, because you're sticking to the one test, and that's what you get used to, type of thing. But they're all accurate. They'll all get you there. My favorite is the API Master Liquid Test Kit and the Aquarium Co-op test strips.
Yeah, I've used the API ones before. They're good, but I prefer the NT Labs. Have you heard of them?
What is it?
NT Labs. I'll get the bottle now. I just have to undo. Gee, they're not in there. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to go and get the bottle, okay?
Okay.
Is the camera all right? Hang on. Let me just set it like that, and I'll go and get the bottle.
Little blurry.
I've put it here. Hang on. Let's put it down. So I don't know where it is. Yeah, hang on. I'll find it in a minute. We'll get back to the topic. I'll tell you what they're like, and then I'll show you them. But yeah, the NT Labs are really good. They're pretty accurate, but you have to make sure that when you're tipping the liquid in, if you do it horizontally, it won't give you an accurate test. Have to do it like there's like the jar there. You have to like have it going down like that. If you do it horizontally, it doesn't like it, and it will give you just an incorrect test. Is it like that with the API, or is it a bit or is it a bit different?
I had times where I had and which is another reason why I like to have a couple different test kits around, because I have, with all of them, you can get a bad batch, right? I've had tested with both tests and got an inaccurate reading. I would test, oh my God, it's telling me I got ammonia. What the hell? So I retested it and there was no ammonia. So sometimes when and that's where you got to kind of blur that, your tanks, pretty much where your tanks are. And if all of a sudden you do a test and it's saying you got sky high ammonia, I would retest first and then jump to a solution, because you can get those. I made a video on that about how tests can fool you sometimes.
You can. In the event of like a power cut, say if like all your power went out, what are your like first things to do? It's like, say if you didn't have like a generator or like an electric thing, what's your first things to do, and what advice would you give people if they do have a power cut? What should they do?
Well, I've lived through this several times, and now I do have a generator, but what I do is I always wait a little bit, because sometimes if the power is not going to come back on within the next 5 minutes, the first thing we do is start calling around to our utility company, seeing what the ETA is, and if it's crazy, then I start taking action, because there's still oxygen in your water until it gets used up. You're okay to not freak out. Don't freak out about it. That's the first thing you don't want to do. Just chill, especially if you got a lot of plants in your tanks. They produce oxygen. So, chill out a little bit. Contact your local utility company. See what the ETA is. And then if you find out and realize they're not coming back on within the first 5 minutes or something like that, then start taking action. I have way too many tanks to use those battery backup air stones. I've got 2 of those. It's just not feasible. So I've even had to go to the lengths before, because those batteries ran low, and I was just periodically going around to and my family was helping me, every tank, and just running my hand through the surface of the water to get some oxygen in. I am not a fan of those expensive battery backups that everybody likes. You are better off getting a generator, because you're going to run your whole house on a generator, which you need to do anyways.
Yeah. I haven't got anything at the moment, but I'm thinking of maybe buying a generator, because the electric ones just do not last at all. They last like an hour minimum. My friend Jimmy with the Arowana and the Dats and the Clowns, he had a power cut in Bristol where he lives, and his electric went out within half an hour. He had to run it on 4 tanks, went out within half an hour, and he said most of his bacteria in his filter died out. It was the power cut was 4 hours long, and all the bacteria practically nearly died out.
And you know what? Last night I was watching, Fishery, Alec, I think what's his name? The Secret Life Living in Your Aquarium, Fishery.
I don't.
He's a bigger channel. Lots of people like him. Well, he was on a live stream yesterday, and he was like crying, and he was all upset, and he's just having it, not just because of his fish. He has a lot of health issues, but one of the reasons he was upset was because they had a nasty storm, and a wind went through, 70-mile-an-hour winds, and they were without power for a long time, 30 hours or something like that. And he was all sad because a lot of his fish died. I don't understand why people wait to fix a problem when the problem's already there. Like, get ahead of the game. If you can afford it, or if you can save for it through the year, get yourself a generator. It's better to have it than not need it than need it and not have it, type of thing. If he would have had a generator, he could have plugged that in and all of his tanks could have ran and been fine.
Well, tonight here they're saying it's because we've got a really bad storm here at the moment. That's why my internet keeps going.
Yeah.
We've got 60-mile-an-hour winds here at the moment. So if the power does go out, all I have to do is go out to my car, because we've got like a plug socket in my car. I plug it in, put the ignition on, run an extension cable, and then I just plug it into all my tanks, and it powers all my tanks up from the car. So it's fairly easy, but it runs down my battery. Last time I had a flat battery, but it's worth it because I don't want any of my fish dying at all.
Right. I got I took a screenshot of that, Jose. Thanks, buddy.
But yeah, it's a nasty game when it does happen, especially if you have a marine tank and that happens. That can be really bad. Yeah, have you ever thought about maybe like keeping marine fish, or just going to stick with tropical?
You know, it's crossed my mind. I wouldn't mind setting up, like, I got a 20-gallon long. Like, I could set up a 20-gallon long salt tank, and maybe like a reef for what's the other one? Fowler or whatever they're called. I thought about it. I could easily do it,
Yeah,
but it would have to be small because it's very expensive.
you have to
Coral is
use
very
RO.
expensive.
You have to use RO water, don't you? I would imagine you would have to.
From what I understand over the years of meeting these guys, you don't have to use RO water. You can use tap water, just dechlorinate it, and you got to still put it in like and I've got a 32-gallon brute garbage can on a caster I could keep in here and have pre-mixed salt water all the time. So I could do it very easily. It's just some of them fish are expensive, man. Like, God.
Yeah, for here you're looking at they had like like the Nemo fish, like the classic Nemo fish, like the clown
Yeah.
fish. Yeah, like 200 quid. So it's crazy money. It's crazy. But you gotta be able to like maintain it all the time. Like on my tanks alone, I just do water changes. On this one, I do one water change every 2 weeks, and on my other one, I do it once every 3 weeks. Just because, like you say, the less the better. If it's fine, you don't need to change it.
But yeah, your fish are going to let you know if there's a problem.
A lot of people who I know will do like massive water changes. So Jimmy does 80% on his tank, and he tested his nitrates, and they were practically nothing. And I said, "There's no need to change it. You know, if your nitrates are low, if you've got no nitrite, no ammonia, you don't need to change it. You know, you're only just going to stress the fish if you keep fiddling around with it, aren't you? Really."
Yeah, just keep your hands out of it. You're good. Let the fish be. They will let you know if there's a problem. If they're not pacing up and down the glass, they're not at the surface gasping for air. They don't have visible signs of stress or damage. They're fine. Leave them be. Yeah, they'll be good.
Yeah.
And it actually takes a very high amount of nitrates to even start affecting fish, like a number we can't even achieve in our aquariums. It's something like 500 to 800 ppm nitrates for it where it actually starts affecting fish. So our little 80 to 100 some nitrates is nothing. Nitrates are not as bad as people previously thought. They're just not.
Yeah, my clown roach is doing pretty well though. I've been the first week I was really worried. As I said to you, I thought they were going to get white spot, and then in your stream guide, I already be putting like how do you keep them? How do you prevent them from getting white spot? And they just aren't getting it. I think with the high temperature and the food I've been feeding them on, and I'm not meddling, they're not bothered and they're always really happy. But they're really slow growing. I think Jose had some in his tank when I was watching.
Yeah, he did.
He did. He had 2, I think. How long did they take to grow Jose to that size? Did they take quite a long time, or?
That's Jose here. Webbs wants to know how long you've had your clown loaches and how long it took for them to get that big. So they are slow growers, but they are beautiful. That's why you can get away with keeping them for a while. But man, when them bad boys hit adult size, you're going to need some big aquarium.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, I've already placed a few text messages on my Facebook group chat if anyone's got any 400 gallon, because eventually I'm going to upgrade that 200 to a 400.
Yeah.
But the problem is, because I'm on the top floor of the house, my mum was really worried because that 200 gallon weighs an absolute ton. So we
Oh, yeah.
got it upstairs, and I'm not joking. The floorboards were actually creaking when we were filling it up, and
Oh, yeah.
luckily it stayed there. But my mum was worried because where the stairs are on top, that's where my tank is. So directly below the floor, that's where I'm on the top floor. The stairs are below, and if that goes crashing through, it's practically game over for everything in the house. We've got a room downstairs that would get flooded. You know, we could have big problems. So I'm gonna have to move right down to the bottom of the house, and then I'll literally have a proper fish room there, because I want to basically build a fish room. That's what I've set out to do, but I can't, annoyingly. But yeah, how heavy was your 300 when you were lifting it? Was that really heavy?
Yeah. Yes, that question was for you, Jose. Um, very heavy, sir. Very heavy. So, I mean, if you got this 300-gallon aquarium here, when it's full of water and everything, you're talking about 3,500 pounds of weight. You got a car sitting in there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very, very heavy, even empty. I have to replace the glass on it and reseal. It's not going to be an easy job because everything is just so big and heavy. Now, this is definitely something you need to think about. I'd be nervous with that up there on the second floor webs, but I don't know if you can add some braces in, or they make them
We,
poles like they have in basements to add support.
yeah, we did it all. We did it beforehand. So
Yeah, I think we had that conversation before, did we not?
I don't know, but the floorboards have all been like double layered, and there's the stands fine, so I can't see it coming down. It's just if a 400 gallon goes in here, the floorboards will go through.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They will go through. They will just like buckle, and it will just go flying down through.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
you're
can't.
talking a couple tons of weight.
Oh yeah, easily. So that's around like 1,400 liters, 1,200 liters. So the advice that people in the aquatic center would be is keep it on a hard floor.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily for this, because it's only a 40 gallon, it's fine. With my 200, it's fine. It's just enough. But if I was to add anything else bigger, it would go wrong quite quickly.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
go wrong. There would be water everywhere.
Everywhere.
My friend had that with his tank. His sump exploded, and water was going everywhere. He was on the bottom floor. He actually moved, because he had so many tanks. He moved into the lounge, converted that into his bedroom, and then the lounge got moved upstairs, and his sump exploded. And there was thousands of liters of water just submerged into his house.
Wow.
Yeah, they had to get all the floor like the floor done, because it was all damp. I think they had to get all like the paintwork done. Like the whole house was just destroyed, and that's why I won't use sumps. A lot of people use sumps. I love sumps, but they're something that I just wouldn't risk doing. If I put the like the pump too quickly, that could cause a lot of problems. So I like to just use my canisters, because they're very trustworthy.
Yeah. There's a lot of reason why I'm happy I got my fish removed to my garage. It's on concrete. My whole house is a concrete slab, but at least out here, if something happens, just save the fish and clean the mess up later. Nothing can be hurt out here.
Yeah.
Branton says I had a 75-gallon split corner to corner. What a mess. Had to redo my basement flooring.
Yeah, I think I watched.
Can you see the chat? I put this up here for you. Jose replied to your question.
I can't. How do I see the chat? 'Cause I'm still on voice input. I'm not still on settings on voice input. How do I?
You should be able to see the screen. I put it up.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've been. When you're on settings, I've just been on settings the whole time, just watching like through this tiny little bit, and I couldn't see anything. That's why I couldn't see anything. that's why I was asking people what was the chat, because I've just been seeing through this like tiny little hole on the screen.
There you go.
Right. His clowns are 3 to 4 inches. Had one for 5 years. Okay, thanks, Jose. Yeah, they are really slow growers, I'd imagine. Yeah, they are. Didn't have the space for larger tanks now.
Right. I think that's the case with all of us. We get too many aquariums, and I literally don't have the space to. Now I'm like, I got deer paths. I'm walking in deer paths.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I need to change my name on the stream to Webb's Aquatics 360. For some odd reason, it says my Lewis Francis Webb. That's my real name.
Oh yeah, you can change that to whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll do it next time on the stream.
Okay. Well, we have hit the 2-hour and 5-minute mark. I have to get off. I got some things to take care of. So I am probably gonna. You'll be the last one up for today, and we'll definitely do this again because I like show and tell.
Oh yeah, it has been really good. It's been a really good live. Thanks for having me on here, Jesse. I much appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you guys coming up. It was really enjoyable. Got to see a lot of cool fish and cool setups, and what beautiful setups. It makes mine go to shame. I keep fish to keep fish, so mine aren't the prettiest aquascape tanks, but you guys really put me to shame. So
there's a live on Tuesday, isn't there?
yes, sir. I haven't made I haven't scheduled yet, but I will. But yep, Tuesday we're going to do another one. I think maybe I'll do another show and tell on Tuesdays because I saw one person come in and say they'd love to do this, but they're at work on Saturdays. So I think we'll do another show and tell on Tuesday, 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, normally that's a little bit of a struggle for me, but I always make it. I just wake up a bit later in the morning. So here, when it's 7 o'clock for you, it's about 2 a.m. for me in the morning. So
yeah,
bit of a late one. Right.
No, thank you, Jose, and I definitely appreciate the wife telling you to go ahead and send me one of those. So tell her I said thank you.
Right. How do I head off on here, Jesse? Do I just click leave?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's cool. All right, thanks for having me, buddy.
See you, buddy, and I'll get that food to you one way or the other.
All right, just send me a message telling me how much it would be, and then I'll just transfer the money over.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
All right, I'll see you on
Bye.
Tuesday.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Bye.
Good guy. You guys are all great. I appreciate you guys coming up and spending Saturday morning with me. Really had a good time. Loved sharing the tanks. Appreciate the support. And what beautiful tanks you guys have. You really do put my tanks to shame. I got lots of my maintenance is coming due. I got some cleaning to do. Some look better than the others, but what you guys got going on, beautiful. Had a really good time. You stay fired up, Tim. Laser. Appreciate you all. Look forward to Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do another show and tell. So if any of you guys are interested, that hasn't, anyone that already did are more than welcome to do it again. But anybody that might be available at that time on Tuesday, feel free to come up and share your tanks. It was really fun. I like seeing what you guys do, what you guys have, and we also learn from each other. So, but that's it. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe. The holidays are coming up, which is exciting. We all get time off work and we get gifts. So I'll let you guys go. I'll talk to you later. Appreciate all my members, all my subscribers, all your support. You're the best. You're what helped make this happen, and we are getting very close. We're getting very close to having enough to fix the 300, and that wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you guys. So very close, and I mean very close. And of course, when I'm fixing that tank, that's all going to be on camera as well. So I don't know if I'll do a live stream or just probably easier to make a video out of it because it's really going to be hard enough to do. Talk to you later. I'm out. I'll see you.